What's going on, YouTube? Hey, got some questions from people, just I meet in the truck stops and customers that I go to. There's always the one guy that works where you're delivering that kind of eases up to you and says, hey man, think about getting a Hotshot. What kind of money do you make? Well, depends on who you are, what you haul, where you go. There's a lot of factors go into how much money you make. Are you running load boards? Are you running direct? Are you customized? Do you do something no one else can? There's just a million questions you can ask to kind of narrow down what you make. But the video is not about what I make. It's about what it's going to take to get into it. The question being, what kind of truck do you need? What kind of trailer do you need? What kind of equipment do you have to have? Just this and that and the other. Trucks to me really don't matter. Ford, Chevy, Dodge, GMC, whatever you want to run. It really, to me, it's just whatever you prefer. They all make good products. Some have bad things, like the famous 6-liter Ford. Would recommend working one of those, but if you want to do it, hey, more power to you. So, like I say, just stick with the brand you like, do a little research, figure out their problematic years and their problems. Maybe you can, after you see that, let's say for example, that the 94 through what, 03 or so Dodge transmissions aren't worth having, automatics. So, okay, if you know that, well, okay, then we'll look at something different. So go your own way, do what you got to do. But to me, Cummins, Power Stroke, Duramax, they all do their job. So whatever you prefer is what I recommend you run. Trailers, that's a whole nother bag of worms. Currently I'm running a Gatormaid, a 40-foot Gatormaid. I think it's 25.9. It's the GBW on it, tandem, 12,000 tandems. Love the trailer. Never pulled anything, never owned anything other than this Gatormaid. I did pull a Big Tex for a guy. His truck broke, and I went and got his Big Tex, buddy of mine, and I pulled it probably 20 miles, and it was a whole different trailer. It was just, I didn't care for it. Mine is much more rigid. Seems like it's better built, so maybe it's I don't know Big Tex at all. So maybe it's the model he bought. I don't know anything about them. I just know that I didn't feel it was as sturdy as mine was. But anyway, I'm just going to kind of walk you through, show you what I have, show you what I use every day, the way I have my truck set up. And you can take it or leave it. You can use some of what I got. You can you just take advice from what I'm saying and maybe put it with something someone else is saying. And together with 2 or 3 people talking to you, listening to videos or whatever you're doing, you can come up with a list of stuff that may work best for you. But what I have figured out is, no matter what you think is going to work for you, you start out with all these, I want to have this and this and this and this, and it's going to do what I got to do. You're going to get out here and realize, damn, that idea didn't work. So you're going to have to adapt and overcome. You're going to have to buy new stuff. You're going to realize that, the way someone else, you're watching people do, if you're loading in the same place someone else is, you're loading the same product they are, you're watching them, you're like, hey, I like what he's doing. So you kind of figure out what he's got, and you go get yourself set up like he does. This how it works. So it's always an evolving list of equipment. I started with just 4-inch straps. Just what my trailer came with is what I started with, 10 4-inch straps. And I went from there. Well, I had 10 4-inch straps and 4 or 5 2-inch straps. That's day one. Is what I started with. But now I carry so much more. Just things that I've seen that I need to do my job easier, better, be capable of hauling more various types of loads, because the more you can haul, the more loads on that board work for you. So don't sell yourself short by not having the right equipment. Now, if you don't want to haul, coils of steel or coils of anything, you don't need coil racks. That's just how this works. But if you want to keep yourself open to hauling whatever is out there that you can make money on, you're going to need a variety of stuff. But anyway, I'm gonna turn this thing around and just walk you through what I got, and maybe it'll help you. I hope it does. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments, or email, whatever is available. I'm not sure what I have on there for ways of contacting me. But anyway, just take a look, see what you think, and let me know. All right, so we're gonna start in the truck. Things that I think are valuable to a trucker in general, hotshot truck, whatever. If you're out here commercially, this is what I think that helps me. Now, everybody's different. We all got our own organizational skills and pet peeves and things like that. So, just take a look around. I'll show you. Looking right here, you're gonna need a good pair of sunglasses, because window tint is pretty well illegal on commercial trucks. So you can risk it, you can try it. I see a lot of folks get away with it, but I do know one guy personally that got hit with it, and he had to peel the tint off his truck, and make do. But sunglasses are an easy way to tint your windows without tinting your windows. Anyway, I got some shaded safety glasses and clear. Basically, it's gonna be evening, bright day, inside a building. You got options there with your safety glasses. Gotta have them on job sites where places you go require them. Some do, some don't. Best to have them than be caught with your pants down. Coming across here, of course, you got ELD, the little white box right behind the GPS. Gotta have that if you're running a truck new enough to run it. And I'm running a pre-pass. I gotta say, I love this thing. I mean, it does all my tolling. The transponder at the weigh stations tell me to bypass or go in. So, a lot of times I'm bypassed, but it all depends on the CSA score. So that's up to your record and all this good stuff. I don't know what it costs. My wife is the one that handles all this kind of stuff. So, but it's handy if you can afford it and you think it's beneficial. They have a list of benefits. It's beneficial, but the downfall is it takes up space on your windshield. But I got it tucked away where you can't really see it, it's not in your line of sight. And a truck GPS. I know a lot of guys run car GPSs or their phone, which I do as well. I run my Google Maps on my phone with this truck GPS, both running the same time. And I do that for two reasons. The Google Maps gives you a direct route, a lot shorter route, less mileage, the most direct approach there is to it. Your truck GPS, you type in your parameters, how much you weigh, how much you can weigh total, your total height you think you're going to be. Like right now I've got this programmed at 11 feet. I mean, that's just that's where I got it set. So it tells me if there's any low bridges below 11 feet, hey, this route won't work for you. The road you're on is not allowed. The weight you are tagged for is not allowed on this road. It routes you on roads that will not get you in any trouble. So I run this GPS so when I get into a city or close to a city, I don't wind up downtown in a hell of a mess where I can't turn around, or I'm having to just cause a damn scene trying to make turns, and keeps me out of that kind of mess. And as you can see, I can quick glance up on the left hand side of the screen. You see my mile per hour, and while you're actually on the road traveling, in that bottom left corner of the screen, in the white part, not the black part, it shows you the speed limit. So you can see it's 70 miles an hour, and you can see your mile per hour right there. It shows the road you're on and the time. All right, well, the time, when you got something programmed in, you can set it to show you arrival time. You can count down, like if it's gonna be a 13-hour trip, it counts down how many hours you have left. It shows you your miles left. It's just to me, I use this GPS a lot for a quick reference. Like, instead of looking down at my speedometer when I'm traveling, I just glance over. I can see the speed limit and how fast I'm traveling. And I know that I got 300 miles to go. I'm going to get there at 2:33 p.m. based by this truck GPS, which I know is going to be faster because it's routing you all kind of around this stuff. Well, I look down at my phone and it's showing me getting there 45 minutes sooner, because it's the direct approach. Then I take the both of them. I kind of look at my phone and I look at, this GPS here, and I see, well, I don't need to go downtown because it's gonna have me making all these hard turns. I'm gonna follow my truck GPS this time. Next time, if I look on my phone and I see that downtown is a straight line, straight through shot, you know, or it's something that's not gonna be crowded, like a little small town, and the truck GPS is running you around this town, I'll just follow my phone and go through the town. It depends on the situation, where I'm at in the world, but I just use the two in collaboration to make the trip best for me. But that's why I run this truck GPS, is really for a quick reference and to keep me out of binds in places that I don't know where I'm at. And you're gonna need ink pen, fellas. I got a pencil there. My son put that in there. I don't really know why. I think we had a debate about pencils and pens, and I think he'd be funny and left me a pencil. But I'm an ink pen guy, so I like to see people, you know, whenever they make mistakes, there's no erasing it. So when they hand you whatever their wrote or whatever, it's got their doodles on it, and it adds a lot more personality to whatever was written to me. That's just a quirk of mine. But anyway, and of course we got Gina here. I mean, she rides around bobbling all the time. Interstates are super smooth. Anybody's been out here before, they know super smooth interstates are a thing. Truck never bounces. It's just like riding in a Cadillac. That's far from the truth, fellas. Far from the truth. This girl right here, she earns her money. She dances all day long. All right, going down from here, I use my phone for my ELD. So you got to have your ELD mounted in a secure place in driver's view. Have to have it mounted. I actually got wrote up for this. It was a violation. It wasn't a ticket or anything. No monetary problem, just a ticket. So I got cover on my phone. The back of my cover cut out to match this design here, and it sits here, and I run my ELD. It's right in my line of vision. I can see who calls me. Of course, I have Bluetooth on my truck as well, so I see all that on my radio screen there. But anyway, it just keeps it up there in my line of view. Everything's good. All right, and I do run a CB. I don't run it all the time, but I have it on whenever I'm bored, or, you know, if I'm in somewhere, traffic slowing down, I'll flip it on, hear what's going on. You know, it helps me out a lot. Thing you're gonna need as well for all your pre-trips and loading in the dark and all this good stuff is a good flashlight. You're gonna need a flashlight, so keep you one. You know, hell, 2 or 3. I mean, you never know when the battery's gonna die. You can see my calculator. Quick figuring going down the road, you know, when they tell you, hey man, this is paying $600 for 700 miles. Well, sometimes you can do quick math. But if they tell you, hey, it's paying $600 and it's 537 miles. Well, I mean, you can do rough figures. That's what I do. And then I break out the old calculator here and actually do the mileage and, you know, figure out per mile. So that's what I use that for. Napkins, never have too many napkins. I don't care what they say. I mean, I don't hoard them all, but I hoard several. You can see over here, you know, I've got a stack of napkins up there on the top. And this book right here, you have to have that book in the truck. You have to have it. I mean, I've never been asked for it, but they can ask for it, and you have to produce it. So you need that. And there's my paper logs. You have to have paper logs, you know, for your backup on your ELD. They do ask for that. Most of them want to see them. All right, and if you look in this hole right here, keep your essentials, man. Fingernail clippers. There's a bottle of Aleve there, some chapstick, and business cards. People I've hauled for, people I've met. You know, just people that I wanted to do business with again. A lot of them I throw away because, hell, I don't know them, don't care to know them. You know, I'm never coming back kind of thing. But these are people that I've actually met, and I enjoyed the conversation, and they offered a good service at a good price. So I keep their cards. And, you know, if I'm back in that area, I have a flat tire, or like this C5 Manufacturing, they build beds for pickups that load hay bales, load round bales by themselves, and they dump. So, you know, my father farms, and we have some acreage. I mean, never know. And this guy was a hell of a guy, a real nice guy. So I said, hey, I need that one day. So I kept his card. And pan on over here, I bought this get up here from Walmart. Bottle hand sanitizer. I'm not a big COVID-19 person. I really don't give a damn about it. I mean, it is what it is. I believe it's there. I really do. I believe it is a real thing. But I don't believe in all the mess we are doing for it. I mean, it's the flu, people. I mean, it's worse than the flu. It's got its own little quirks. But we don't do any of this for the flu. We don't do any of this for anything. Why are we doing all this now? I mean, come on. So, got to have mask. State of Pennsylvania is where I'm at now. Got to have mask. You got to go to the store, have a mask. All right. Go to JJ Keller, get you one of these if you're new to the game. So, it is a securement guide. You flip it over. It is straps on one side, chain on the other. And it's pretty simple. What it's turn over here, chain. That's what I use it for. But in case you're new, see if I can get this. Sorry, guys. It says, we use that 7/16. Say you got grade 70, which is what I have. I don't have a 7/16 chain, but just for example, you can see 7/16 grade 70. All right, number of tie downs, how much weight it can hold. So if your piece of equipment weighs 17.5, that's what it can hold. The chain is good for that, but you need more than one chain. It's just a reference to tell you that what each one of your chains is good for. You have to look in either your little green book over there, or you get this. This comes with it, or I bought the package. So this is useful if you're new as well. I use it on occasion. I use both of these on occasion because sometimes I get some stuff that I really just don't know about. Like if I'm hauling a coil or something, I'm not a coil guy, so I haven't hauled much of it. But it pretty well tells you, how to secure things. It tells you heights, weights. If it's so far from the bulkhead, you need so many straps here. If it's not, it's really handy. I mean, you will learn a lot from these two things right here to keep you out of trouble. But you get stopped by the DOT and you're secured wrong, it may be a bad day, fellas. All right, I went to Walmart, got one of these expandable file folder things, and I have it organized where the very front pocket is my BOL, second pocket is fuel receipts, third pocket is receipts on general stuff like food and stuff I buy out here on the road, and so forth, so on. So I can hand this to my wife, and everything is already organized, so she can pull it out of my folder, and she knows everything in that folder is related to the same thing. I got some entertainment here, Brothers and LMC. I got an old square body at home. I'm trying to. It's a long project, but I got some restoring to do. You're gonna need scratch paper. You gotta have it. Well, this is not scratch paper. Wrong one. This is, your BOLs you can hand write. Bill of lading. That is your bill of lading that you can hand write, because sometimes you don't get BOLs. Sometimes you gotta write them, and you have to have them to prove you didn't steal it or whatever. This is scratch paper and a nice little decorative folder. So if you're going in somewhere, look the best you can. That's the letter saying essential. Road atlas. You need one you can hold in your hand, because sometimes this baby don't work. And if your phone doesn't work, what are you gonna do? Have a road atlas. I grew up on a road atlas, and we didn't have GPSs. I'm only 39, but we didn't have road atlases or the phones and stuff. We didn't have phones and GPSs when I was a kid. So when I first got out of high school and joined the Army, traveling around, I had to use a road atlas. That was just what it is. And of course, we got more scratch paper. And when you're real bored, some people like to read. I'm not a big fan of reading. I mean, I read what I want to read, but when I try to read a book, I just fall asleep. So I don't know if it's me or the book or a combination of both. I don't know. But so anyway, I keep this hard clipboard here. I got this in the military. But anyway, I've had this thing for a long time, and this is what I put my BOL on when I arrived at the job site. So I can hand this to the guy, and he can sign it without having to figure out, where do I lay this? You know, is the hood bumpy, or you're on the wood and it's not signing right? And they don't blow away. The paper doesn't blow away. I've had them blow across job sites. I'm out here chasing them down looking like a retard. But I got this back in the truck, and it does its job very well. You know, the combo's there. Snacks. You gotta have snacks, guys. Sometimes you get on job sites or you pull up somewhere and yeah, we get to you, and it's like 3 hours later. You're mad as hell and you're hungry. You're hungry when you pull in, but you know, so you gotta have stuff with you to keep you at bay. All right, now getting out of the truck. Now, just like Hauling Cash said, I have vinyl seats, vinyl floor. I find those are, to me, man, that's the way to go in this kind of market. Because I get in here, you get out of the job site when it's raining, your feet are just covered in crap. You get back in, you can see mud on my OBD2 plug. That's from getting in. You can sweep this out. If you spill your drink or your coffee or whatever, you just wipe it up, 409 it, you're good to go. I mean, cloth is nice, but man, it can be a pain. All right, now coming to my driver door. I have my primary gloves, and when I replace gloves, I keep the old set. You know, you may not think about this, but we're out here in the rain, fellas. So when your gloves get wet, it's a miserable day having to wear wet gloves. So you know, I keep the good pair, and then when I get them wet, I'll break out the spares and let my number ones dry. And gotta have spoons, forks, knives, whatever. You know, I buy a box of spoons, put in there, because sometimes you just need to eat and you don't have a thing to eat it with, or they forgot the spoon in the salad you ordered, or whatever you're looking for. You got to have some way to do it. I keep a can opener, because I do stock some canned food on the truck. I have a laser thermometer. That is for, getting the heat on my hubs when I'm walking around. I don't do that all the time, but on occasion I will get out and just check them, just so I know. And if you're flatbedding without a tape measure, you're just wrong, fellas. You need to be able to tell your dispatcher how many feet you have on your trailer. Say, I have 22 feet, I think. And then she booked something 22 feet long. You pull up and you only got 17 feet of space. It's gonna cause an issue, fellas. So keep a tape measure with you. That way you can measure how tall you are. You can measure how much room that load just took up, and how much room you have left for your dispatcher or yourself sorry, to find you something else to make that trailer make money. In the back, now everybody's bed setup is different, but that's just kind of the way I've done things. Just 2x4 frame, mattress from Walmart. Yeah, pretty simple stuff. But you're gonna need a bag. You don't need. Now this is what I do. I keep a bag full of my clothes, and I keep a backpack. This is my son's old backpack. So whenever I go to take a shower, I will take clothes out of this bag and put in this backpack with my shower shoes and my toiletry bag and stuff. That way I'm not carrying this big bag into the store. I got one change of clothes, shower shoes, toiletry bag, everything in here, right? So I go into the shower, I take my shower, I put my dirty clothes back in this bag, bring it all back out, and if you see that box, that red top box right over there, that is what I call my clothes hamper. Put all my dirty clothes in there. It is normally sitting right where this Dasani water is, but I had to put my water there today, so I moved my box. Anyway, so you need some way to take your clothes in and out without carrying a bulky bag. But some guys they roll their suitcases in there, man. So whatever works for you, buddy, is the way you need to go. I keep a computer with me because, man, if a check engine light comes on or something, what in the hell do you do? If you don't have something like this, it don't have to be this. It can be a tuner on your truck. It can be one of the little orange handheld ones. I'll get it out in a minute. Ones you can buy at Advanced Auto Parts. You got to have some way to have an idea what in the world you're looking at here. I keep a fan. It gets hot at night sometimes, and I don't want to run my truck. Burns a lot of fuel, and I don't think it's good for the emission system. DPF and all that good stuff. It just, you know, more wear and tear than what's needed. So I turn my truck off. I run the fan when I can. There are some nights I idle my truck all night. Just depends on how hot it is. All right, so things, let me get back on track here. To do this, you're gonna need a hard hat, a vest, safety glasses. We already talked about safety glasses, but they are, man, without these, you'll be in a world of trouble on a job site. A lot of them don't care. A lot of them you can walk in there with shorts and flip-flops and tank tops, and hey man, they'll unload it and leave. Some of them, you know, they cause you a little grief. I run it in, well, I don't run this, but this is a little 300 watt inverter, goes into your cigarette lighter. Mainly use this to charge. I have power tools to charge my batteries, and I have an electric blanket stuffed under here as well for when it's cold. I plug the electric blanket into it, and you know, I wrap up with it, and that way I stay warm without having to run the truck. I keep my little shining stuff with me just to, when I'm bored, nothing to do, I can kind of shine on my truck a little bit. And you can see my work boot stuff back there. It's another thing you have to have. Most of the time I wear tennis shoes. Most everywhere I go is tennis shoes. But there are job sites that you have to have boots. So I keep them in the truck. That way I can throw them on. There's no problem. All right, moving to the back of the truck. I believe in having a cooler. Man, buying drinks and stuff, at $2 a drink, it adds up fast. You can buy a 12-pack of whatever drink you want to drink for $5. So, I mean, that's two, maybe 2.5 20-ounce drinks in the Pilot or Love's or wherever you want to buy them. So, get yourself a cooler. Now, you don't have to go through the extremes of mounting it like I did. I didn't want nobody stealing it, and I wanted it to be there. Auxiliary tank, that is a must-have. I don't care if you're what you're hauling. Man, without this, I wouldn't know what to do. 100 gallons. You see I have an electric pump on it. The hose goes down through my bed and down back to my fuel tank, but this is on one of the upfitter switches in the cab, so I can turn it on and off going down the road. I watch my fuel gauge, you know, to tell me when I need to turn it on or off, whatever. I do have the auxiliary pump on the other side. Now, I have a tractor at home, so I use that for two reasons. One, in case it's 6 miles side of the road, I pull over there like, hey man, I'm out of fuel. I'm like, hey, no problem, buddy, I'll hook you up. Or I get home and need fuel on my tractor. There we go, pull up beside my truck, fill my tractor up. It's just what we do. And this is a recent addition. This chair right here I got folded up. You know, I've been places where I had to wait, and I'm like, man, I would love to just sit outside in the shade, under that shade tree right there. So I put this chair on my truck, so I have the option of doing that now. All right, now everyone has different ideas of what they need to carry. Me, you know, this is what I do. I actually keep 3 of these on my truck. Ooh, I got wet. All right, so that is a oil cap. I don't know if you can. There you go. It's an oil cap for a Dexter 12K. This is a power probe. A lot of you guys know what this is. The ones that don't, if you do any electrical work, man, you have to get one of those. It is a great troubleshooting tool. You will not go wrong by owning one of those. This box here is full of electrical stuff. All different connectors, multimeter, relays, switches. This box is slam full of all that stuff, and it's all organized in little sections. And so if I have any trailer wiring issues or whatever, I can handle it. All right, now here, if you watched my last video, I had a different battery charger, jump box. This one, you know, I changed. This is the one like my buddy had, the one I said would work great. So I bought this, put it in here, and I keep that for you know, when my battery dies. Or I've actually used it on people's. I've been parked and seen a woman, a mom and daughter, with their car not starting. So I walked over and said, hey, is anything I can do? And they're like, well, my battery's dead. And I was like, hold on a minute. So I walked back to my truck, got my box, walked back to her car, jumped it off for them, and said, have a good day. I mean, that's worth a ton right there. All right, in this box, now I keep power tools. I keep a impact driver and a drill bits, you know, the impact driver set of tools there. I think there's a tape measure in there where there's some spare LED lights, penetrating oil for your ratchets or chain binders. There's some hub oil right there, and in the very back, yeah, low gloss or semi gloss, whatever they call it, spray paint. That's to touch up this baby right here, or that one. When you scratch it, yeah, little spray paint, looks brand new. All right, now actually on the bed, I got tired of having a place to put my tarps. I mean, I kept having to move them off my trailer. I had them on my trailer like everybody else does. But I kept having to move them for loads, move them for loads, move them for loads, fight with them. So I got right here, and I built me like some sort of tarp bracket. It's nothing fancy. It does the job. It's in front of my gooseneck, so I don't have anything to put here, so it didn't affect me at all. So I put my 3 tarps here to get them out of the way. I need to redesign this. I put this here. It's a more of a theft deterrent, but just by seeing the chain. But I really need to redesign it to a way that if they tried to get them, they couldn't. All right, now I forgot to open this box. But in this box, you got to have triangles. They're required, 3 in working order. They are secured there. I keep a fire extinguisher here. And if you look at my trailer, trying to spin you too fast, I have one there. Now the Gator Made gives you a fire extinguisher there, and your triangles are in the box. Well, I took them out of that box and put them in this box. And I put the fire extinguisher here because sometimes I drive this truck without my trailer, and it is a commercial vehicle. So I got to thinking, man, if I get pulled over and they ask for my triangles or ask for my fire extinguisher and I don't have it, you know, it could be bad. So I put them on the truck, and then I put my fire extinguisher on the truck as well, another fire extinguisher on the truck. That way I'm covered no matter I got trailer or just truck alone. A couple 1-inch straps for securing a few things. Now here's a blinky light I have rigged up for the back of my trailer. You see all my wires, probably 4 foot of wire there, depending on how long the overhang is. Got a BFH in there, my pull handle, and that is my torque wrench with my 2.5-inch socket for the hubs on the trailer, bearings and all. Oversized flags, oversized banners. In the cardboard box in the middle right here is common sockets that like lug nut sockets and sockets that fit things that I normally do on this truck. That way I'm not trying to find a socket. I think these are going to be, these right here are going to be, whoop, there we go, bungee cords. Of course, on the far other side, under them flags, is your common ratchet set. You know, just things. And if you look right here, you will see those Timken boxes, orange and gray. I have 4 bearings. I have an inner and outer, 2 of them, 2 inners, 2 outers. I have them all in the bags they come in. These are my old bearings. I put new ones on. These are my old ones that were in good shape. I lubed them up really nice. You know, that way they won't rust. I put them in the truck. So perhaps I run across a guy that's having wheel bearing issues on the side of the road. I got a set I can give him. Or if I have problems, I have a set to maybe get me off side the road. So it's nice to, you know, keep some of those kind of things on your truck. All right, so you can see it's just a standard C&M flatbed connection there. Nothing fancy. I got tired of digging corner protectors out of my trailer or out of my truck. So what I did is I built this this system here to keep them on the gooseneck. So I don't have to find them, fight with them, just organized and efficient. And anyhow, I got tired of spider monkeying on top of my loads because, you know, I'm not no spring chicken. And I actually bought this ladder from Home Depot or Lowe's, I'm not sure. They was on sale. Picked them up like $60 or something, $50. I forget now. It was a good price. So picked it up. That way I can, you know, get up, climb up this 6-foot ladder. Trailer's 3 feet 36 inches from the ground to the top of the deck. So it gives me 3 feet over my deck that I can climb up and reach, like tarps to hook bungee cords, or to move straps, or whatever the occasion. Or you put it on the trailer and get to the top of a load, whatever works for you. Ladders are worth it, man. Now you have to figure out somewhere to put them. So I got kind of creative and started up here. My spare tire's under there, so I have to move the ladder to get my spare tire. But you can see I took rebar there and just welded to the top of the trailer to keep it in position, and bungee cords help hold it. And I have a 1-inch strap. You can kind of see it, kind of see those 1-inch straps. You know, let me get my finger right there and there. It goes around my spare tire and all that stuff and secures it to the trailer. So it is secured with a strap. And here's that other extinguisher. Now, as far as chains and all go, this is my setup here. So I got 4 3/8 to 1/2 inch ratchet binders. I got 1 5/16. Wait, I got 5 3/8 1/2 inch ratchet binders. I got 1 5/16 3/8 ratchet binder and 2 cam binders. Now, a lot of people don't like cam binders because they're dangerous. They are dangerous. I'll give you that, no argument. But I tell you, man, they're handy to have, because some situations you don't have room to run that ratchet. You don't. You need that cam binder, or people call them snap binders, whatever you want to call them. You need that cam binder to be able to secure the load when you don't have the room to run a ratchet. So that's why I have them, and I use them more times than not, believe it or not. I got 3/8 and 5/16 chain. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 3/8, and they're G70s, 20 feet long. I got 5 of those. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5/16 chains. 4 of them are 20 feet. 1 of them is 25 feet. That's just what I keep on the truck. And I have used most all of them on a load. I mean, or like 2 partials or something. I have used most all my chain, most all my ratchets. So too much is not a real thing. I mean, I'm telling you, you get out here and get to working, and you will realize that what you have is not enough, and you're going to keep adding and adding and adding until you realize what you want to do, what you want to specialize in. Then you will know, then you will tune your equipment to match that job. But until you do, you're gonna need a plethora of things. On the trailer, you know, it has 10 ratchet binders. They slide, but I replaced them with those Kennedyne Rhino, the gray ones. You can buy them at Love's or whatever you want to buy them at, but don't buy them from Love's. Man, they're way overpriced. Get on Mighty or go to Kennedyne's website, order yourself 10. You'll save $100 and something. It's ridiculous what you'll save. I started with 10 trailer 4-inch trailer mounted straps, and I'll say 4 2-inch straps. All right, you can't count them from there, but there is 19 2-inch straps right there, all rolled up, and there's all the ratchets that go with them, right? All right, so, and fellas, I have used a ton of these on a load. I mean, I've used where you look in here and you got 4 or 5 left. So, like I say, if you got the room, man, there's no such thing as too many. I used to have 1 strap bar. That's standard. You got to have that, right? All right. Well, then I bought a flatbedder's. His wife, he died, and his wife was selling the stuff that he had. So I went down there, and that's where I got my 3 tarps from. Was from her. I got the strap bar. I got a ton of straps, a ton of everything, man. I bought everything he had. All right. So then I put the other strap bar on the trailer, and I was like, what am I going to do with that? That's going to be in the way. I kept thinking that's going to be in the way. But then it hit me one day. These things are lost a lot. Like you're messing with the trailer, you're trying to do something with the trailer, like you're putting your straps up or something, and someone gets your attention and calls you over here to look at something or talk to somebody. And next thing you know, you hop in your truck and drive off. Well, your strap bar just fell off on the side of the interstate somewhere, and you get to where you go and you go to undo your straps, you don't have a strap bar. So that's when your alternate would come into play there. That's why I keep it in here, fellas, you know, in case I lose one. I'm bound to lose. I haven't lost one yet. Been out here a couple years. Haven't lost one yet, but I have certainly come close to forgetting it on my trailer. All right, now bungee cords. This is not DOT approved way of mounting securing bungee cords. Matter of fact, I think it's illegal. You can't use a bungee cord to secure anything. So securing bungee cords with bungee cords is wrong. But what I generally do, what I have been doing, got a piece of pipe right here that I have cut just longer than the bungee cord, and I will line this thing. I'll put them on there just all around it, you know, 2 and 3 deep sometimes, to keep them on that pipe up out of the way, just so they'll be readily accessible. All right, here's my dunnage rack. You just keep dunnage on the trailer, you just keep it on the truck. I would lay it across the bed, or I would you know, do it however I could do it. Well, I got tired of messing with that crap, man. So I welded you can see, welded a just angle iron rebar deals on my truck, just to, you know, they're 8 feet long, so everything fits in there good and snug, and it keeps it all kind of looking neat, keeps DOT off of me. I mean, I've never had them comment on it, but you know, I mean, it keeps them off of me. You can see I keep pipe racks as well. I think I have I have 8 of them, 4 feet. They're 4 feet over the deck, so they're actually like 4.5 feet long or so. But pipe, like I say, you're gonna have multiple types of equipment to do this job if you want to haul whatever you can haul. Pipe racks, if you're out in Texas, man, they're worth gold. The dunnage, you need dunnage if you get places, and you got to provide your own dunnage for whatever they're loading on the trailer. They don't give you the dunnage. Some places do, some places don't. So you need the dunnage to aid you in when you get loaded. If they require you to have it and you don't have it, they won't load you. That's just period. So it's cheap. Most of this I didn't even pay for. I just, when they gave me dunnage and I got to the job site and they said, all right, you're good. And I said, what are you gonna do with this dunnage? They're like, well, there's a dumpster, throw it in it. So I just started keeping some, and I got this little collection going. So there's no money of my own in this dunnage box. I keep wheel bearing grease. Now I keep that for one reason. I keep that in case something happens on the road and I lose a bearing. I mean, I'm an oil guy. I like oil in my hubs, but if you like grease, hey man, no problem. I mean, you are who you are, and I am who I am, right? So I keep the grease in case I'm on the side of the road and I have an issue. I can grease my bearings and get this trailer home or wherever I need to go, in case, because I keep an extra seal with me. I keep an extra seal and, like you see, 2 sets of bearings. But I don't know, it's just one of them things. I can grease a bearing and move along. Of course, you gotta have some kind of grease wipes. If you look in the back, there is 2 more oil caps. Now those are used. They come off my trailer earlier, but man, it's so nice to have extras in case you break one, because that is a shutdown if it's broke. More hub oil. I really need to consolidate the 2 and you know, put them together. Have 1 jug instead of 2. Oops, sorry. Grease rags. Gotta have grease rags, guys. Got to have those. This bucket. All right here. I keep a 2-inch strap winder. I hope you know how it works. I'm not really gonna drag it out and go through that, but if you don't, let me know, man. I'll be glad to pull it out for you and show you just how it goes down. It's real simple, man. It's a lifesaver. This is a commercial tire plugging set. It's got the heavy steel handles. You know, I mean, it's not your ones you buy at Walmart. This is heavy duty stuff. Rubber straps or conveyor belt cut into pieces, or whatever you whatever you come up with here. I don't know how many I have several, but I put them here. Then they're 4 feet long or so. This is what I put between stuff that is delicate, between my straps and whatever's delicate. Because, you know, the straps going down the road, I don't care what you think, they vibrate. I don't care if you twist them. Now, if you twist them, you can't really see the vibration, but there's vibration. So it will rub paint, it will rub things. So if you have something that's really sharp and corner protector won't work because it's an odd shape or something like that, you can put this rubber strap down, protect your strap. Or if it's something that is like I say, delicate, they don't want it scratched, they don't want whatever, you put this on, throw your strap across it. You know, the rubber will absorb all that wear and tear instead of the product or your strap. All right, in here, fellas, keep my 2-inch ball. I mean, I don't pull nothing out here on the road. Keep it in here primarily for when I'm at home. I can put my 2-inch ball in. It's in my truck, on my truck. Pull my little trailer around, whatever. But in case I'm out here and hell, I don't know, find the power only for a 2-inch ball. Hey, shit, let's get it, boys. So I mean, I'll just keep it on there for whatever reason. I keep 2 2-inch straps on this truck with ratchets because if you don't have your trailer, you got to secure something to the bed of the truck. What do you do if you don't have straps? So that's why I keep 2 on the truck for mainly my personal use when I'm at home with just the truck. I don't drive this truck a lot at home. I have a Chevrolet, old Chevrolet at home I knock around on, but if I'm going somewhere long distance or, you know, something special, I will drive this truck. So I like to have what I need on it. I keep a bottle jack, changing tires. As these heavy trucks and trailers, you need a bottle jack that'll pick something up. And in here, I keep one of those, I think it's grote, I don't know how you say it, but you can adjust the swivel on the light. You know, it's got high, low, medium, strobe. It got all kind of little neat settings on the light there. I keep that with me so I can see what I'm doing. It's also magnetic base, and it's heavy on the bottom, so you can set it on the ground and it won't fall over. Just to help you out in the dark. All right, in this box, things you have to have. You have to have spare bulbs. I have some switches and stuff there for getting me out of situations. Have to have, you know, this is just a general toolbox. So I keep some electrical fittings, connectors in this box, along with spare bulbs. And here is the spare fuses, electrical tape. There's Scott's connectors or what? Shit, I forget what you call these. They have a name. It's not the quick connects like these blue ones or the red ones here. It is all 3 wires go in from the front. I mean, they're full of dielectric grease. Anyway, gotta keep things like that to get you set up. I have zip ties, wire loom, wire. You know, this is just a random tool assortment. Of course, you gotta have some Loctite for whatever you're doing here. It's just random tools. You gotta have. You need tools, man. I mean, I don't care what they are. You need them. I have that ratchet set that's up top. That is very organized and all. But this is just the stuff that I found I needed that's not in the ratchet sets. What all is there? All right, guys. So that was a walk around on my truck and part of my trailer there. Just kind of show you what I had. What you might be looking at getting into it. You don't need all of this stuff to get started. You don't. I mean, all you need is your basics just to get started. But as you go, you will realize you're going to collect a lot of stuff. You have to decide what is useful, what is not. You know, what to keep, what to throw away. You will haul things. You will say, "Man, I'm never hauling that again." And if what you have is specific for that job, well, you can discard it, give it away, sell it, whatever you want to do. I forgot to show you pipe racks. I mean, not pipe racks, sorry. Coil racks. I do have them. Never used them, but I keep them because I don't want that to keep me from getting the load. So I keep the coil racks. They're in a box under my trailer. You know, just to, again, like I say, keep me making money. Because I do not want to say, when they say, "Do you have coil racks?" I say, "No." They're like, "Okay, thank you," and hang up. Nah, man. Try to make money. So you got to do what you got to do. You got to keep stuff on your truck that maybe you never use, but just that one time it saves your life. Anyway, fellas, I'm gonna work up some numbers for you, so that way maybe you can get an idea of what kind of money you may have in all this. Well, I really ain't got to work no numbers up. I can just kind of tell you this truck was $60,000 with the bed. $60,000. My trailer was 19 something, right at 20,000. So you know you're 80 deep right there. All this is brand new, none of it's used. So my first truck was a used truck. I upgraded, I went new. But anyway, 80 grand truck trailer. You don't need that much of a trailer. You don't. It depends on what you're trying to do. Under CDL, you can get away a lot cheaper. But I am CDL carrier. Tagged for 42.4. Payload's 18.3. So you know, the more weight I haul, the more capacity I can carry. It just seems that way I don't limit my loads based on what it weighs up to a point. You know, of course I can't run a semi-load, but I figure if I can haul more weight. Now, then you get into the problem, well, you got a lot more weight for the same money as a 5,000 pound load. I mean, so you have to weigh all that out. But you can get away cheaper running non-CDL, or you can buy this trailer used, you know, for hell, half of what I got in it, because I bought it new. But you have to shop around, be smart, and just save money where you can. I say it's not about what you make out here hot-shotting, it's about what you keep. And so your personal debt at home, you need to have that in check. If you have enormous bills at home, it's gonna suck out here, fellas. I mean, the market is rough right now for hotshot. I think it's rough for trucks in general. So if you are trying to finance the world at home out here, running your ass off trying to make money, it's just gonna suck. So have your finances in check at home, and you will enjoy it a lot more out here, because you don't have to work so hard and worry so much about your money. But you know, these tarps, I bought them used. I bought them off a flatbedder that had died. His wife was getting rid of the storage unit, so everything had to go. I paid $100 a piece for them, and they were all brand new. I actually bought 6 of them. They were all brand new. So I kept 3, and I sold 3 to buddies of mine for the same price I paid for them. They are 27 by 20. Yes, 27 by 20, 6-foot drop. Your corner protectors and all, see, we can get them, I mean, I don't know, $1 or so a piece. So they're not super expensive. So that's however many you want. Sky's the limit there. Your ladder, $50 to $100, depending on what you're trying to buy. Now chains, let's get around here. These chains, I bought these from an auto parts store, so I believe that I paid more than they're worth. But one chain, one binder, I think I was at $120 ballpark. That's roughly one chain, one binder, $120. And here we are with what, 10 chains and right about the same amount of binders. So, and I only bought 4 to start with. 4 chains, 4 3/8 chains, 4 binders. That's my initial purchase. Then I picked them up one at a time as I went. A lot easier to afford them that way. But anyhow, you can see how money gets wrapped up in this really quick. Your 2-inch straps, depending on what you're buying, the weight rating, Kenadine, Mighty, no name brand, it all just varies on what you're buying. You're looking $20 a strap. Your 4-inch straps, again, depending on what you're buying, the weight rating, the name brand, what color they are. I mean, the sky's the limit on this too. You're $20 a strap for your basic 2-inch strap, and you're probably in the $30 range on a 4-inch strap. Ratchet binder on your trailer, not the one with the ratchet. So you know, that's per strap. So I mean, the 10 I bought, I've got $250 in 10 of them. You know, the more you buy, the more you save. 10 on the trailer, I had 4 or 5 that was looking real bad. Been on the trailer since new, so I just replaced them. But So you're 20 bucks a 2-inch strap, $30 a 4-inch strap, like $1 or so a piece for corner protectors, tarps. I don't know what a tarp costs. I know what I paid for them, but I think I got a deal. Maybe I didn't, maybe I did, but I think I got a deal. I have seen them on the internet, you know, running $300. I mean, new. So I don't know if the 100 was a deal, or if I was looking at something that was with a more optioned tarp, like better material or something like that. So you just got to figure all this kind of stuff. Dunnage, I said dunnage was free. You can buy your dunnage, but I just kind of took it from people that didn't want it. Fuel tank, this baby is priceless. I bought this used off of a guy for $400. It's got a toolbox here on the top. You know, you've seen that, but 100 gallons with a toolbox. It's a lifesaver. I'm talking, it is a lifesaver. Get an auxiliary tank. I don't care if it's 100 gallons, 50 gallons, 10 gallons. Get something that is not your truck tank, because sometimes you get out here running around, man, and you get in places that there's not a truck stop for miles. You just get into them, and you're like, man, I need fuel, I need exhaust fluid, I need all kind of stuff, but there's nothing. I mean, there's nothing. You're out in just remote desert land or the hills of West Virginia, and you just pass the last truck stop, and you know, you're like, damn, I need fuel. And you get on your Pilot or Love's app or TA app or whatever you want to get on. Tough shit, buddy. You're gonna turn around and go back, or I don't know, piss in the fuel tank. Shit, I don't know. Whatever works. Auxiliary tank is a lifesaver. It is worth every penny you spend on one. I don't care how many gallons it is. You need some way to have more fuel than what you carry. That's 100 gallon. My truck has a 50 gallon tank, so I'm carrying 150 gallons of fuel. My range is roughly 1,000 miles, give or take. What I'm hauling, is it aerodynamic? Is it not? This is a 4500 Ram with 444 gears. I think that's right. 442s, 444s. So fuel mileage is not this truck's, you know, selling point, but it does the job. It has the brakes to stop what I'm hauling. It has a gear ratio for hills that I like. So hey, I can give up some fuel mileage for it to, and it's running 19.5. So I'm getting the tire life that I want. I'm not having blowouts, and I have the brakes to stop whatever I'm hauling. So it works for me, guys. But like I say, so all in, truck, trailer, brand new stuff now. Truck, trailer, chains, tarps, binders, blah 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 blah, whatever you come up with that y'all showed you on this truck. Man, it's gonna take you. It took me probably about $85,000. We're just gonna say, add the truck, add the trailer, your chains, your tarps, your binders, your corner protectors, your everything. Then you're looking at probably $85,000 buying new stuff. But it's just a rough number. I don't have receipts to sit here and total up with you and give all that to you, but if you need to know it, hey, I can dig through and find them. But anyway, if you have any questions, fellas, let me know. If you have any questions about how to get into it, you know, paperwork, what do you need, how to put your first foot forward, you know, what do you do, let me know. I can tell you what I know. I'm not a genius. I don't know everything in the world, but I know a little bit about everything. And if I don't, I know somebody that does. So we can get you pointed in the right direction. Anyway, thanks for watching, fellas. Y'all have a great day.